This is the burning car.
Today, let's talk about the identification of burned vehicles, problem discovery, and the entire analysis process.
The whole process of finally finding evidence and drawing conclusions.
First of all, this car.
If we look at the interior of the cabin as a whole,
You'll find the entire hood. Only the engine has been repaired.
there is a replacement record for some parts.
Overall, there is no large-scale leakage of the oil inside. Seems pretty good.
If you don't check carefully,
Maybe I'll make a mistake.
because there are many details that I won't care about him, but because this car is being appraised here.
When we checked, first, he came to check whether the car had been soaked in water.
I discovered this problem when I looked at the hood. You can clearly see the buckle above.
There are burn marks. Only this is covered with this soundproof cotton.
Includes other parts including cover.
It seems that no other phenomena have been found.
But when I checked down, found another most important issue. Up here, we can see the fuse box, and then includes a series of plastic panels around the perimeter. Then all were replaced. Look, this is 14 years.
Including this, there is also a sub-factory label. These can confirm that all these items have been replaced. Including, you see, hood.
It's this cover on our engine,
If everything is replaced, it stands to reason that if it is just soaked in water.
or a general collision accident.
Plus, there were no major accidents here. So why do you need to replace all these parts?
This is not normal. Including the cover you press on the intake pipe. We open the warranty label above.
The warranty label plus the date you see is 14 years.
This can confirm that these parts have been replaced.
So what did you think of at this time?
Is it if you have an idea?
At this time, you should immediately think about what
Kind of situation would cause all these parts to be replaced without an accident? Then basically all I can think about is the fire. Then should we seek verification next?
the process of verification. First, if you look carefully, just now when I was wandering, you should be able to see that the color of this section is yellow.
Yellowish.
The color on this side is normal, and the color on this side is abnormal. This thing is yellowish.
But this side, look at the plastic parts of the original car that have not been replaced. It's this color.
There is no obvious color difference with him. That means, take a closer look at this piece. You can see that it is obviously burned by high temperature, causing peeling. Such a phenomenon, including the plastic parts above. Another point.
These small details on the engine.
And this, you see,
The paint surface above is obviously high temperature, which will lead to paint failure.
if you rub it just a little bit, the paint will peel off.
Encountering such a phenomenon, I doubted in my heart whether he would be burned.
Then look for the details. Looking for details, first of all, I focused on this fuse box.
Made a key review.
Then you can clearly find it during the search process.
Look at the location of the lower part of the fuse box.
There is obviously a fire at this location.
Causes deformation of parts.
At the same time, there is a phenomenon that it will deform after being burned.
The whole piece is deformed. This car is weird. He replaced the base below, but this piece has not been replaced.
So we can clearly see burning on it.
Deformation phenomenon. It's very obvious, including the entire lower half.
Look here.
There is another most obvious phenomenon on the side. It's just on this side, and there's no big accident. But what about the entire reinforcing beam, including the shock absorber base? He repainted it all. You see, the paint on it is caused by fork.
Very rough. It stands to reason that if you don't have an accident, it won't be spray painted.
If you have no concept, let me show you the phenomenon of spray painting. This has not been painted. Look at the original paint. The original paint is very bright.
The matte finish sprayed afterward is very rough. So taking all these together, does it mean that it was burned by fire? Check here again.
The outer shell of the battery is the same, all replaced in 2014.
Then let's take a closer look. And the most important point is that we look at it from here. Look down.
There is no deformation in the hole in the longitudinal beam,
But there is obviously burning and carbonization inside.
which causes the internal components to be carbonized, very obviously. And come here again. Look above this sponge.
This shell on the sponge is a new model. It stands to reason that you should think about it. This thing.
How many of them can be exchanged for normal use?
Very few. Then what?
The sponge above is obviously carbonized.
It means there are traces of carbonization after being burned at high temperature.
Plus, you look at all these line replacements. They replace. Then there is another point where we need to find fire. One thing you have to remember is to always look for the details. You can't say that you can see traces of fire on the surface. Then let's look down. Look at the lower half of the base of the battery.
Can you see it?
This location is obviously burned and carbonized, including this one. The same principle is all burning and carbonization.
Plus, over here, look at the fan assembly. You can see that there are traces of burning and carbonization. Therefore, taking into account this series of phenomena, we probably know there's no burning here.
Because the paint and accessories here have not been changed.
But the burning point of its main body is in this large piece. This thing probably started the fire,
Then caused the burning to spread over there.
because the burning point of the main body is on this large fork.
Then it slowly seems to spread to this side.
And there was no injury there. So we can basically confirm that the burning point is in this area.
And the area burned is probably this large area.
So we can basically draw conclusions about this car. The car is a fire car.
Okay, here is CheckCar.
Not easy to shoot.